guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know I haven't posted in, over a year? I mean, it's been a long time. Well, today I saw something new that Apple just released. It's a brand new iPhone SE available on April 24th, 2020. This new iPhone SE comes with everything that the iPhone 8 had, and it has some new specs. In fact, I think I might actually be getting this. I mean, it has everything that the iPhone 8 had, but it has a brand new, let me go back just a tad bit. It has the brand new Apple A13 processor, so that's the brand new one, and the new iPhone 11 and iPhone 11 Pros. It's such a fast chip from what I heard so far. Right now I have an iPhone 8 Plus, but this thing is starting to stack up and show me that I should probably get this instead. It only comes in 3 colors. It comes in black, it comes in red, and it comes in white. So there you see, those are the brand new colors. You can check out the pricing. This thing with brand new specs that are in the top line of Apple. This has some of the old specs, some of the new specs, combining it into one iPhone, starting at just $400, $399. Not bad. I mean, that's a good, a great. That's a good price. I mean, think about this. A lot of other smartphone makers, such as Samsung, do have smartphones that are less but come with bigger screens. However, their processors are slower. So right now, I think Samsung has this one called the Samsung Galaxy A51. It has a 6.5-inch display. It's AMOLED, but it has no wireless charging, and it has less camera quality than the S20s. And to top it all off, the processor is, I think, a Qualcomm Snapdragon 731 chip or something. I can't remember. I really don't pay attention to the processors on Android phones. I mean, processors on Apple phones are faster anyways. I do know that the brand new Qualcomm Snapdragon 865 gives 5G to the brand new smartphones, such as the OnePlus 8, OnePlus 8 Pro, and the brand new Samsung Galaxy S20 series. Anyway, but for $400, you're getting a brand new processor, you're getting the best single camera according to Apple. So this one camera should be just as good as probably the iPhone 11, which it should be better than the iPhone XR. It's probably the same as the iPhone XR, but it is still such a good camera. Now, and you have portrait mode on the selfie camera. So, I have an iPhone 8 Plus, and I can't do portrait mode on my selfie camera. I'd have to have somebody take a picture of me, and I only have 5 modes, as the iPhone SE has 6 different modes of portrait mode, including this has the same 12 megapixel wide angle camera, just as my iPhone 8 Plus has. My iPhone 8 Plus does have a dual lens with another 12 megapixel telephoto lens. However, they've built a telephoto lens they didn't really build it in. They more of created it with the iPhone XR, because the XR only had one camera last year, but it still took comparable photos compared to the iPhone 8 Plus. The and then it also has a 7 megapixel front selfie camera, just as the iPhone XR and the iPhone 8 Plus have. Anyway, the 3 colors are white, and they all have black screens now. So if you can see, this has a black bezel screen with a white back, and I don't know if you can see that very well. Let me get a darker color. But if you check right here, the Apple logo is now centered into the middle of the iPhone, just as the iPhone 11 Pro and the 11s are today. So it matches their whole brand new lineup. Comes in product red too. I personally do like the product red. For 64 gigabytes, it starts at $399. 128 is $449, and the 256 gigabyte is $549. If I were to trade in my iPhone 8 Plus, I'm gonna go back up here real fast. I believe Apple says, yep. So Apple has up to $250 on my iPhone 8 Plus. So if I wanted to do that, I can get a brand new iPhone SE 2020 for just $149, which is not bad at all. You know, you could choose your carriers with it. You know, for me, I just do SIM free because I don't really care about which carrier I'm on. You know, here's the gallery. I mean, the white is just as bright as the XR white and the 11 white and the silvers. Here's some of the black. The black is, you know, just as dark as all the other colors. Here's the red. I mean, the red has the black. I mean, the red with the black screen, whenever they did that for the iPhone 8 first, I mean, that was really nice because it looked like a Ferrari. I'm not even joking. It was like a cherry red Ferrari. And, you know, this thing is bringing that basic look of the iPhone 8 red back. I mean, the XR red was the same, but it just looks a little cheesier on the XR. I mean, I think since the brand new 11s, the product red has looked cheesy, but with this new iPhone SE, this product red is actually looking, in fact, different than the previous iPhone SE model of previous product red models. If we go to compare, I mean, I'm kind of stuck. I mean, I have the 8 Plus. I kind of like to upgrade, but I really don't know if I should go to the 11 or just get the new SE. I mean, the new SE has specs that the 11 has, but also has specs that, but the 11 has specs that the SE doesn't have. So it does have better specs. Mine is a space gray 8 Plus. So the product red on these devices, if you can tell, they're slightly similar, but they're a little different. Like, I feel like this one's just a tad bit darker. I don't know if you can see it, but I can see it. Really, they kind of look the same, but white is actually different. I mean, the white I feel like is brighter on the SE. This is more of a cream color. I don't know what you guys think about that. And then, you know, same with the black. Like, I feel like the black is darker. I mean, the colors are more popping on the iPhone SE versus the iPhone 11. However, like, going to this device, I would lose, you know, this size of display, which I really don't care. I mean, I like big phones, but I also like small phones. And small phones, I feel like they fit in your palm a lot more. Like, here's like a iPhone 6S case that I had laying around. I really like the size in my hand. I mean, it's nice and comfy and small. I feel like I can just put my thumb everywhere versus like the plus size, which the plus size, you know, I have to use 2 hands at all times, or I have to like slide very carefully up with 1 hand, or I could break something. I mean, not break anything, but, or have it slide out of my hand, really. I mean, yeah. Anyway, so, back to this. I mean, it's got a 4.7 inch, not bad. It's close to 5 inches, really. This has a 5.5 inch. That's, it's not much. It's like 0.5 inches I'm losing, or 0.8, whatever. But that's, almost a whole inch, but it's still not that bad. And yeah, I am losing a camera too, but I feel like I would be gaining more specs out of that camera. It does have Touch ID, so that is good. I know people that really like the new Face ID, but there is a whole lot of other people that feel like Touch ID is faster and more secure than Face ID is. It's really nice. A13, same processor, so not bad. This has the A11, which it's still pretty fast for an iPhone 8, but it's just not as fast as up to date as the brand new A13 processor is. This has the same battery life as the iPhone 8, which the iPhone 8 is supposed to last around the same as the iPhone 7, or I think a little bit longer than the 7. It does have water resistance, no headphone jack. At $400, I'm glad they did. No headphone jack. Headphone jack is dead. Need to get that out of there. People with an iPhone 6s that won't upgrade because they have the headphone jack. There's Bluetooth headphones for a reason. Bluetooth headphones are even getting cheaper. I think I saw some JLabs that just came out and they're $30 for, like, I think they're called like the JLabs Go or whatever. Anyway, they're completely wireless, $30. And it's 5 hours battery life, which is not bad. Why have corded headphones anymore if you have, yeah, some people need the corded headphones, but wireless headphones, those are still good. Now this comes in more gigabyte options than the 8 Plus did. The 8 Plus used to come in the 256, but whenever they downgraded it, it went to 128 only. These come in the same gigabyte options. This has the same pixels per inch. So mine has a little bit better pixels per inch at 401. This has 14:1, 14:1. This only has 13:1. Are all wide color displays, True Tone. These do have haptic touch, so no more 3D touch. This is like one of the last devices that had 3D touch. The 10s Max, actually the 10s Max and 10R. In fact, the 10R didn't even have 3D touch, but the 10s and the 10s Max had 3D touch, and those are the last iPhones to have 3D touch. But the haptic touch is just the same as the 3D touch. It's just a little different. That's it. There's really no difference. It doesn't have night mode, which, coming to a new iPhone, you feel like you would like to have night mode. What? $400, not bad. You're still getting a lot of other upgrades on camera, like extended dynamic range for video up to 30 frames. This has up to 60 frames, but still having this over nothing over here, that's where it shows. This has, they have quick take videos. This doesn't even have that. This has audio zoom. It doesn't, but who cares? You're not even going, and these have stereo recording, which this does not have stereo recording. I can tell, you can tell by my voice. It would sound different if I had the SE. It has so much more specs. Yeah, it's adding in more specs that this has, and it's starting to show on paper that the SE is actually worth upgrading. I mean, yeah, the 11 is great, but if you want something basic and you broke your expensive phone and you can't pay for a brand new expensive one, then go for the cheaper one. I mean, the cheaper one still gives you some brand new specs, just like the 11, but at an affordable price. And in fact, this comes out next Friday. Pre-order starts this Friday. In fact, I'm actually tempted to buy this. If I buy this, I will unbox it for you. I will show you. It'll be product red if I buy it. And that's the end of my video, really. I mean, it's starting to show that mid-range phones are good, but they're not as good as whenever Apple brings in a brand new phone with a brand new processor with a little bit older specs, because everybody knows what this looks like. Everybody sees this as an iPhone 8. Yeah? Well, I mean, for seeing this as an iPhone 8, not bad. Because everybody knows it's an iPhone. And people see this as an 11 and they're thinking, oh, it's an iPhone. People do tend to feel like this is more of an iPhone than this. I mean, really, it's one of those mind-blowing things to people. And that's really the cool thing about this device that's coming out, showing that you can get high quality at such a low price. Anyway, that's it for my video. Peace out.